A 98.1 for Anthony Taylor, topping the scoreboards with a near perfect
like we
run.
said, there were very minimal things that could have been done by Anthony Taylor out in the lead there. Looks like he did catch that wall a little bit, but other than that.
The theme is
Welcome everybody to round 2 of Oversteer Grand Prix. This is Hoaxy alongside my co-host Vroom. Appreciate everybody coming out over the last 2 weeks. Obviously we did qualifying last week. Anthony Taylor is back on top 2 rounds in a row as our number 1 qualifier. I believe it was a 98.1 in round 1 and then a 93 for round 2 here. Take it away, Vroom.
Absolutely, truly, just absolute riveting stuff coming up. Got our top 32, almost all of our drivers here.
Absolutely. I'm going to start off. We're going to go down with the first 8 battles here. We got Anthony Taylor versus King Khalil, Jason versus Milos, Dominic Moya versus Devonte Moya. I believe that is a brothers battle, which is awesome. Kinetic Chillmate, TDR Keefe, and we got Drake versus Ryan Carroll, Austin Sager versus Blake March, Ed Venus versus Yaku.
Absolutely, and we got Cervantes looking to get the win over Dalton Thomas, and Jonathan Casillas, our number 2 qualifier. Absolutely ripper, taking on Lucas Yes. We got Younger Miran and 33 Ryan. After that, Diaz and Boogies. Matthias, our Brazilian driver, against the Pledgy Platypi. Our number 3 qualifier, Lester, taking on Alexander. Turn versus Ireal from the Team Kinetic. Slam versus Chris. And to round it all out, Matt Spies against Ghosts from Team STB.
Absolutely. The gotta beat is Anthony Taylor, though. He is currently number 1 in the standings and back-to-back number 1 qualifier so far. Should be a great battle against Khalil here to start off the battles. I do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. We got Assetto Drift League, Drake Drifts, who makes our tracks, ESDA, so you guys can earn points. Our newest partner, Grip Royal, Kinetic Esports. They made our liveries, all of L2L, all of X3, Augie Customs for amazing custom cars, and our biggest partnership, Vossen.
Absolutely. Wouldn't be here without all of the support from all of our partners and all of the drivers here. And man, I can't wait to kick this thing off.
Perfect.
So
Yep, so it looks like we are going to start lining up here. We got Anthony Taylor versus King Khalil.
absolutely. Anthony Taylor's going to be trying to rip around in that E36. He's got a hold of that thing. We'll see what King Khalil has for him in that hashtag boat life. JZX.
Perfect.
As we got him lined up to the line here, looking to extinguish that light and kick off top 32. Here we go. Anthony Taylor, big angle out the gate. King Khalil's right there with him, keeping that nice cheeky proximity. And oh, he gets into the side of him. That's going to send him off course. Absolutely not. And it's Khalil forfeits his chase. Fortunately, could not get back hold of that car. Anthony Taylor is going to continue the rest of his run here, getting all the way out to those cones in outside zone 3. Man, this is going to be a big deficit for King Khalil to make up, but Anthony Taylor still keeping it smooth through the rest of the track, hoping to finish out that run, as he will across the line.
Looks like he did.
It's tough to see from King Khalil. That's definitely not the way he drew that one up. And this looks like a little bit of contact, just get too much proximity.
Okay, so it looks like there was a bit of a lag spike there. We're gonna rerun that first part of the battle here because there was some lag. So
absolutely, we want to keep competition fair for our drivers.
Absolutely.
And some of those things you just can't control, but we're gonna allow them to get lined back up and get it going. King Khalil is looking good there to start off, and man, I think he might have something here for Anthony Taylor if he could keep that proximity through most of his chase.
And we're off again.
Absolutely. Anthony Taylor using all the track that he can on initiation, getting all the way out to that zone. A little bit of wavering from King Khalil, not quite getting all the way out to the zone like Anthony Taylor did. We're starting to close up that proximity through 2, keeping it off the door, has it planted on there. Staying right in that pocket through these inner clips. A little bit of left foot brake to get him out to that zone, running the cones, Anthony Taylor. A little bit of a correction there in the chase from King Khalil, but he's keeping with him all throughout this track, and this is what you want to see. Trying to match angle across the line. He will. A little bit of wavering there, but definitely better. Definitely
a lot
better to
better
see
on
a
that
good
run.
run.
Didn't see any lag spikes in that one either, which is good. So just trying to keep it fair for everybody as we get onto the second part of the battle. We got Anthony Taylor in the chase, Khalil in the lead. We'll see what Khalil can do in the lead. And they are off, maybe. I know Khalil is having a hard time seeing the lights.
We might need a countdown here.
And we are off. We got the countdown going here. Khalil looks like he's pushing a little wide and gets into the tire barrier.
And that was really unfortunate. You could just see that car wash out almost immediately on initiation.
Absolutely.
Definitely not what you want to see. That's going to pretty much be an automatic win for Anthony Taylor, but the driver's kind of having a hard time getting around to that advance gate.
Yeah, the advance gate is glitching out for me a little bit, but it's okay.
Hopefully we can.
Perfect.
There we are.
All right.
Anthony Taylor's gonna get the win there.
Up next, we got EOD Jason versus Milos.
Absolutely, this should be a good one. Got another JCX, Jason. Seen a lot of those.
We got Jason
those
in the
Black
lead,
Brothers.
with Milos on the chase.
They're making their way to the line. We get this thing ready to go for Battle 2 of our top 32. Milo in that S15 in the chase.
You're
Ready
off.
to go. EOD Jason dropping a little bit of tire before initiation there. Milo far off from that zone, just trying to nurse it back to his door. EOD Jason getting nice and deep into that outside zone too. As they make their way for this first pair of clips, EOD Jason right where he needs to be. Milo trying to close up as much proximity as he can, having to cut the entirety of that zone. As they come into the second half of this track. Milo putting his car right where it needs to be, starting to fall off there, has to make a little correction, but across the line. So we'll get him lined back up for part 2 of this battle.
Here we go. Second part of this battle is off. See how we do on entry here. Milos with a huge entry, but Jason is not phased. Hits that inner clip very well. Let's see how they do on this outer. Milos throwing big angle, a little bit of left foot brake there. I don't know if it caused Jason to go into the grass on that or not. It's hard to say, but I do not see Jason in the picture right now, and he's climbing his way back in. Could have been a little bit deeper on that inner. Out to this last inner there. Looks pretty good. Oh, no, no. Looks like Jason might have hit Milos there. Let's take a quick look at this replay.
Just seems he couldn't match the level of angle that Milo was throwing. And unfortunately, that's going to put a big deficit. Also dropping 2 tires off there in outer zone 2 in the chase. Have to see what Milo's was doing in that zone. It looked pretty fluid. Jason just looked to wash out a little bit and couldn't get back onto the
Just a little bit, yeah.
Definitely let's see where the judges stand on that.
Yeah, I think that contact was independent of each other.
No, for sure.
See who takes the win here. And it looks like Milos does get the win.
Absolutely, looks like that contact just a little bit too much. Couldn't match that angle and unfortunately bit him.
Yeah. Now we got, I believe, the brothers going at it here. This should be exciting. We got
Absolutely.
Dominic Moya versus Devontae Moya.
2 different generations of BMW here. Devontae in the chase in that E46, but Dominic in that E92. See what they can do here. Who's gonna have the bragging rights? As the lights light up here and away we go. Dominic in the lead, Devontae in the chase. Devontae initiating a little bit later, almost gets into the back of Dominic there, but Dominic putting down a good line. Devontae, a little bit of correction coming out of that inner. Dropping a little bit of a tire, but Dominic filling well. Some corrections in that zone. Devontae not letting him get too far away, having to cut a little bit of that inner clip just to keep up proximity. Nice and deep in tandem into that outside zone 3. Devontae starting to fall back a little, but he's right back to him. Bumper to bumper on transition into the inner clip 5 and across the line, match and angle.
That was pretty smooth, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. Devontae looking really good in the chase. Few slip-ups there. Fell behind in some places, but see what the lead can put down.
Absolutely. We got the Moyas switched here. I love those new silver and black liveries, though. They really make those cars pop.
Absolutely.
Great entry from Devontae there. Looks like he's starting. Oh no!
No.
Oh no!
Spoke way too early.
Dominic here is going to finish the run. I think that's all that she wrote for Devontae, unfortunately.
Yeah. Moya definitely won this battle.
Yeah, one of the Moyas definitely won. That is for sure.
It just seemed like that E46 just washed out, and the same thing we saw from our last battle in King Khalil. Man, that's definitely not the way you want to win any battle. Guess we'll just send that.
Dominic Moya does get the win. Moving on to the top 16.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, obviously not the way you want to win it. That's the second time in a row we've seen that.
Absolutely.
Or not in a row, we did, yeah.
We got Chillmate versus Keef, another JZX 100. That seems to be the most popular car in the early part of these battles.
Absolutely. It used to be the S13.5. That's what we saw last round. Now it's just to take over the JZXs. So we got both these guys lined up, getting ready to go. And we are off. Chillmate in S14. Trying to put down his best lead here. A little bit of a shallow entry from Keef. Having to back it up a little bit to get back onto Chillmate's door. And almost a straight in there from Keef. That might have been. Chillmate still keeping his same course, unfazed of what's going on behind him. Keef trying his best to keep it with him, but Chillmate throwing down an excellent lead here. Putting that car everywhere it needs to be. Choking up the chase a little bit in that inner clip. Taking it real shallow. But Keef keeping with them. So finish across the line.
Yeah, I feel like Keef straightened up there a little bit, unfortunately. He's going to really have to throw it down in the lead. It's going to be tough. He's got a lot of ground to make up, in my opinion.
Definitely a hard act to follow.
And they are off. See what Keef does on this initiation here. Pretty smooth initiation. Chillmate is a little far behind. It looks like Chillmate straightened up a little bit there. Keef putting down a okay lead run here. Could have been a lot deeper in that outside zone. Pretty far off of that inner. Looks like he tightened it up in that one. Chillmate might be playing a little bit safe here, knowing that he was at a big advantage. Off that inner clip again for Keef. To the end here. Great battle. Let's take a look at this side by side.
Absolutely, and what a chase by Chillmate there. Just absolutely throwing it out there. Keeping it right on his door through most of the track. At least where he could. So once again, not a great lead by Keef, but definitely a hard act to follow from Chillmate's lead. Just a few mistakes here and there. And that straighten definitely probably going to come back and bite Keef. That might be what the nail in the coffin. We will see what the judges think.
Looks like the replays are a little unsynced there. I apologize.
Just a little bit.
Nothing's
Not
ever
too biggie.
perfect for me. It looks like Chillmate does get the win here. Great battles, guys.
Absolutely a little burnout from both of the drivers.
Absolutely.
Love to see that. As well, I think that'll bring us
Group
into our
one.
second. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, Group 1 is over with here. I'm going to bring in the bracket just so everybody can see it. We got Anthony Taylor taking out King Khalil. And then we got Milos taking out EOD Jason. And then we got Dominic Moya taking out his brother, Devontae Moya, and Chillmate taking out Keith. Great battle so far, guys. We're going to let the next group load in here. Keep on with this top 32.
Absolutely. I'm curious to know which Moya is the older brother of those two.
I'm curious as well.
I'd like to see what the power dynamic was like through that.
I wonder if they're yelling at each other.
I wouldn't be surprised. I know I'd be trying to distract him. I'll be throwing him off his game. That's the way you gotta do it.
Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna go to a quick commercial break while this next group is loading in. That way we can keep on this top 32. We'll be back in just a few.
98.1 for Anthony Taylor, topping the scoreboards with a near perfect
like we
run.
said, there were very, very minimal things that could have been done by Anthony Taylor out in the lead there. Looks like he did catch that wall a little bit, but other than that.
The theme is
And we are back. Let this group get a warm up. What did you say the highlight is for now there, Vroom?
I mean, let's take a look at our upcoming drivers here. Drake versus Ryan Carroll. Drake, I mean, he's a absolutely phenomenal driver. He put it down last week, or put down a good qualifying run last event. We got Austin Sager versus Blake March. I mean, that could go either way. Ed Venus, a great driver, going up against Jacob.
Ed Venus actually won Shadow Realm last night, so I'm sure he's ready to try to win again.
Absolutely. You got to have that momentum, and that's going to definitely probably play a factor into that battle. We got Cervantes versus Dalton Thomas. I mean, another two very solid drivers. That battle could go either way.
Absolutely. See how the advanced gate is doing. Huh? Still looking fresh. Doesn't look like anybody's crashed into it, so that's good.
I know we definitely had an issue last round with the our pit guys getting hit. I think we've had a few. I don't think we've had as many fatalities this go around, but I think we still had a few. So we're just gonna have to
just a few.
Just a few more like paragraphs to sign and papers and stuff, but we got a team for that.
Something about who's lying about Anthony Taylor. Not too sure on that one.
Oh man.
Where is our favorite person that has all the nicknames in the world for Anthony Taylor?
Oh, Anthony Taylor. Absolute.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I couldn't have come up with it myself.
And we got Tyler Slammed Poops McGuire.
Shoes. That's our so-called 360 king.
I don't think he was a 360 king during qualifying. I think he kind of hit the trees.
Yeah, he did some landscaping for sure that had to come out of our pocket to fix. And hopefully he doesn't do it again, because, dude, I'll tell you what, you do not know how expensive pine trees are.
Yeah, I don't think the owners of Pine Valley would like it too much if we keep taking out their trees.
Exactly, we're getting low on stock.
Tyler
We're gonna have to start replacing with birches.
/360 King McGuire. Anthony Taylor's canceling his subscription.
Oh man. All sales are final.
I think we are about ready to start lining up the first drivers here. We do have Drake versus Ryan.
Absolutely. Well, two good drivers, see what they can put down.
I have not been paid at all, and I'm wondering where my paycheck is.
I'm still wondering when Christmas bonuses are coming out.
And it looks like we may have a buy run here for Drake, automatically going to the top 16.
Yeah, it looks that way. Unfortunately, Ryan Carroll couldn't make it. We'll have Drake throw down. Let's just
hear this beautiful RB30. Such a beautiful car.
Looks so good. And what a great little
and we got a 360.
There. 360, yeah, baby.
We got a 360.
Drifted through the advanced gate. Our first 360 of the day. Beautifully caught on camera there.
Well, it looks like we got Austin Sager versus Blake March. Let's get this started. I'll let you take over this battle commentary. I gotta go on mute for just a minute.
Alrighty. Here we go. Austin Sager in the JZX. Blake March getting up to a real slow start here. Having to make up a lot of ground cutting that first outside zone. That's something you don't want to do. Austin Sager putting down a nice line here. Could be a little bit deeper into two, but Blake March has found his footing on the side of his door. Getting through these inner clips, Blake March having to fall back just a little bit, giving him some space. Austin taking out a few of those cones there with the rear end. And way out there. Blake March almost straightens there, was able to keep a hold of it. Had to get a couple of those tires into the grass, but both getting across the line. So we'll switch them around and get them lined back up. Blake March in that S13.5, very popular in the obviously popular so far, JZX. Driven by Austin Sager in that chase. So here we go. Right onto the door. Blake March pushes them out wide into that tire barrier. And oh man, another victim.
Not too sure what happened there. Did he get hit? Did Blake get hit on that entry? That is the biggest thing.
It looked that way.
Did Blake get hit? That is the question. It's all going to come down to the judges here.
Absolutely. Tire barrier. Absolutely.
That tire barrier is not a joke. You know?
Absolutely not.
Excuse me. I'm pretty sure, from what I saw on my end, Blake did get smacked into the tire barrier. I'm not too sure, though. Judges have way better visuals than I do.
Absolutely. I'll be the ones to make the final call. Definitely, Blake got absolutely smacked. But we also want to make sure that Blake was doing everything he needed to do as well.
Yeah, I'm sure the judges are deliberating, making sure that Blake was on throttle, not slowing down too much to where Austin would hit him.
Yeah, exactly. There's not a big decel zone there. You got to carry your speed. And that could easily cause some contact if you're just even a little bit off throttle.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the judges definitely have the eyes in the sky, so I'll for sure make the right call here.
They are definitely deliberating a lot here.
It seems like a lot tougher call here than we think.
And it looks like Blake will move on.
Absolutely.
Looks like it was deemed that it was Austin's fault for that. Great battle regardless. Next up, we got Edvinus versus Cubix. Or Jakub, or whatever. I can't say his name and I apologize.
Absolutely, got them both lined up to the line here, ready to go. Edvinus, that's 13.5 in the lead. So what Jacob could put down here in that S15. 2 generations, what can they do? Good initiation by Venus, keeping it locked into outside zone 1. Jacob keeping good proximity so far. And right up to his door through outside zone 2, making their way through these first set of inner clips. Right on the bumper, the transition. Jacob's going to have to make a little bit of ground here. To outside zone 3, but Edvinus painting a beautiful line. Jacob kicking that inner clip a little wide. It's definitely gonna sacrifice his proximity across the line.
Absolutely. I mean, overall, Edvinus's line was on point. That car was just screaming off the line.
Absolutely, that thing was hooked up.
Cubix is really gonna have to put it down. It's gonna have to match what Edvinus does to have a chance here. We are off onto the second part of the battle. We'll see what Cubix can do. Looks like Cubix had a hard time on entry there, and Edvinus threw it a little bit hard. It was a pretty wonky. Cubix putting that car nice and deep into the outside zone. Edvinus doing everything that he can to stay with him. Edvinus is able to close that door pretty quick. It looks like he might have a little bit more grip dialed in than Cubix. Coming into this second to last inner is a little bit far out. Off of that inner as well to this last outer. Overall, pretty great battle. Let's take a look at this side by side.
Absolutely. Venus, a little tap there after the line. Little love tap.
Honestly,
Definitely.
was a pretty weird second part of that battle.
I will
both
say
of
the
them
initiation was really
different.
wonky.
One was shallow, one was over angled. So I'm wondering how the judges will go about this one.
Absolutely, very. I mean, that's a hard entry to kind of follow that. I don't know what happened to Venus. Disappeared off the face of the earth. Definitely very awkward there.
Very.
But Venus has that car locked up, man. He's got some speed in that.
Well, there's only one car at the advance gate.
There is. Oh, it looks like Venus lagged out.
Venus lagged out, but he does get the win.
Unfortunately not here to celebrate it, but...
Unfortunately not, yeah.
Jacob, unfortunately... Man, yeah, that's real weird. I don't even know what to say.
Next
That entry was...
Well, it looks like we have another buy run, unfortunately, for Tortuga here. I know a lot of people are at the LZ World Tour, so I hope they're having a bunch of fun. Your normal co-host is there right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Go check out the Kinetic Creations tent. They got one out there. Go get yourself some stickers. It's giving out stickers. So if you're there, go hit them up. Tell him that I'm your favorite commentator and that he sucks at his job. And, help show us that we're doing good. Take some pictures with them too. Post them on our Discord.
Absolutely. Tortuga there, though, he's putting down a really awesome buy run. Getting in that practice as much as he can for top 16.
Absolutely. I mean, he's got Venus to go up against. Absolutely. So you gotta, from what he was throwing down, man, you gotta be ready. So
one more time. We're going one more time. Oh, that's funny. So
that will do it for group 2. As we'll get our next group loaded in here, get them some practice.
Absolutely.
Get some more amazing battles. We got some
Jimmy, I see everything that you're saying, sir. I appreciate you for modeling this Cars for Oversteer Grand Prix. Don't think that I'm not paying attention to you, because I definitely am, okay?
Absolutely. Once again, shout out to all of our partners and everyone who made this all possible. This is beautiful.
Don't give Jimmy any attention. I mean, I have to mess with his tism.
Oh man, we appreciate all you guys out here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The drivers taking their time to get in the server here. Advina's still just hanging around.
Yeah. Advinas just likes to be in here. Jimmy is not abused. He's just a toddler. So he gets spanked a lot. Our next group of drivers here, we got Jonathan Casillas versus Lucas Young Ramirin versus Ryan Diaz versus Boogies. Matthias versus Pudgy. So we got some great battles coming up. Which battle are you most excited to see?
Oh man, I would probably, unfortunately, our Young Ramirin run is probably going to end up being a bye. I don't think we have Ryan here today.
Okay.
So I would say probably Matthias and Pudgy Platypi. Matthias was really throwing it down in qualifying. He looked real hooked up, real impressive. So I'd love to see what he can do in the battles.
Yeah, and I saw Boogie's out there practicing earlier in the day and looking pretty smooth. So
he's got a tough task going up against Diaz. Oh, we've seen
what Diaz can do.
Yeah.
Matthews. Okay, sounds good.
Matthews?
Thank you so much.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate the correction.
Absolutely. Pronunciation is not our strong suit here.
I barely know how to speak English, and I'm from California.
Exactly. This guy's a fake Coloradoan, by the way. From Cali.
Diaz.
Fake.
We got Revs in here saying Diaz is taking this round.
Oh. I mean, one of the lone drivers in that S13, and he's definitely looks good driving it. I wouldn't be surprised. He could. Maybe a dark horse.
Could, yeah.
Yeah, Revs, none of us can read. That's one of the... You have to not be able to read to be a part of this.
Yep. Everybody in X3 doesn't know how to read, so...
Exactly, exactly. All illiterate.
Oh,
So
Jimmy, I haven't even made it to the kindergarten level, bud. You're giving me too high a praise there.
Exactly. Real bold to assume.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to let these guys get a couple more minutes of practice here, and we'll get this underway. Hopefully my game doesn't crash in the middle of a battle. It already crashed once.
Oh boy.
Not too sure.
Well, that's why I'm here, to paint a picture in your mind. You could close your eyes and probably miss 75% of what's going on because I'm so bad at my job. But I'm here.
You're better at commentating than me. That's just where it comes down to. I'm better at shooting AI NPCs in Tarkov than commentating. Paint me like one of your French girls.
You know, funny enough, never seen Titanic. Ever in my life.
Never seen Titanic.
Never seen Titanic. And probably never will. And they can hang me up by my feet.
Jimmy will come commentate.
For it. Put him back.
I would love to be back under my rock, not gonna lie. Alright, well, we're about to get this battles underway. First up, we are going to have Jonathan Casillas versus Lucas.
Yes.
And Jonathan in the lead here. You're not leaving. Don't let your tism get to you.
Oh.
Oh. And we're
a little
off.
bit of a trouble there for the chase, yeah. Really interesting, but Jonathan Casillas getting out to outside zone 1. Lucas, not far behind, was able to close up a lot of that ground. Had to sacrifice some angle, though. Jonathan Casillas, one of our top qualifiers, see what he can do. Lucas, a little wavery in that chase. So far, Jonathan putting down a nice, clean line. Getting all the way out to those cones in outside zone 3.
You know, all I hear is limiter and turbo.
Exactly. I don't think he has even taken his foot off of that throttle the entire time.
I don't think he has.
Wow, just absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised if he grenades this thing.
I don't know how that LS is even holding up.
Almost feels like a Cinda red line on LS. We got him lined back up here and flipped around.
Lucas spinning quite a bit of tire off the launch there, but Jonathan entering basically on his door, not shying away at all. Coming to this second outer here. Lucas pretty deep in that zone. Jonathan's not phased at all. Jonathan had a little bit of a waiver there in the chase, but Lucas checked up there a lot. Sounded like he came off the throttle for that outside zone 3. Pretty decent on that inner clip there. But Jonathan is not backing down. We see why he was in second place at the last round. Take a look at this side by side.
Absolutely. Man, Lucas just looked to be struggling a little bit through that lead. A lot of corrections. Jonathan doing a real good job in the chase to keep it off of him. But man, he was just trying. That car set it and forget it, man.
Pretty much.
He's got that thing dialed.
He's got it set at limiter. Driver. That's all he does.
Yeah. Man, absolutely beauty of a lead. Lucas was doing good, keeping for some proximity there, but very, very lungy.
We'll see what the judges
a lot
think,
of on and off throttle. Yeah, absolutely.
I've been wrong many times before.
We'll just wait and see. Judges taking a little bit of deliberation time here.
You know, I thought I had a clear winner in my head, but this is why I'm not a judge.
Exactly. Maybe the judge is seeing something that we didn't.
Maybe. Chat, who do you think deserved this win?
Absolutely. We want to see your guys' opinions. And there it is, Jonathan Casillas.
Does get the win.
Doing some celebratory burnouts over near the start line there.
So up next, we should have Young Ramiran versus Ryan.
Which I believe is Ramiran making his way around.
It looks like Diaz is having fun at the advanced gate there.
Getting his tires warmed up for his next battle.
It looks like his bye did mean bye.
Ramiran just sitting at the line. Maybe he's going to take his spy run here.
I hope so. Is Young stuck in reverse, or? Okay. I'm not too sure what's going on here. Oh, okay.
Oh, I think. Oh, this is what we're getting. I think he wanted to do something a little special. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, he wanted to throw a backy. That's what's going on.
Okay.
Interesting. I like it. I like it. He's continuing his run. Looking real clean. Big angle into two.
Big angle.
He's just hucking this thing.
Trying to put a show on for everybody.
Absolutely. We love a big angle.
We got Jimmy texting instead of talking in chat. This is just very unacceptable.
Wow. Young Ramiran finishing out. Oh, a little 360 mid-run. Didn't really make that work. But definitely looked decent. Love
Absolutely.
it. Love it. He's going for a 720 here, maybe? Yeah, there we go. Oh, and a little bit more. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. What a way to throw down a buy run.
Well, it looks like we got Diaz versus Boogies. coming on.
Absolutely.
Man, nothing beats the sound of a 1JZS13. I'm telling you.
I believe we're just waiting on. Here he comes.
It's like Boogie's is on the way here. Diaz is leading. Boogie's in the chase.
Boogie's in the E46, sorry.
You have more
Diaz
gooder
in the
1J
13.
sounds. You didn't offer me that, Jimmy. You didn't offer me that.
We always strive to be gooder around here. So the lights flash on and away we go. What can Boogie's do here in the chase? Both drivers initiate. Boogie's a little far away, having to close up some of that proximity, but Diaz starting to pull away a little bit in that power alley. Oh, a little correction there from Boogie's. Almost looks like he's straight in there, but Diaz keeping a nice smooth lead so far, getting where he needs to be on those inner clips. Getting all the way out to those cones and outside zone 3. A little bit of left foot brake just to ease him back in there. Boogie's not too far away. He's matching angle. Oh, contact into the back of Diaz. Diaz is going to keep things moving. That shook Boogie's up a little bit. Man.
Yeah, that was I think Diaz was a little faster than Boogie's expected.
Yeah, he had some good speed.
Looks like we got Diaz lining a little far back there, but we'll get the second part of this battle. We are off. Diaz right there with him on initiation. Boogie's had a pretty smooth initiation, a little far off the inner clip. Let's see what they can do on this outer zone here. Diaz keeping, really consistent proximity. That's exactly what we want to see here. Out to this outer zone here, looking very smooth. Diaz, perfect transition in the chase there. Let's see what this last inner and outer do. Looks like Diaz, Boogie's maybe checking up, causing Diaz to slow down. Overall, pretty solid. Take a look at this side by side.
Absolutely. Diaz showing what he needs to show. Putting it all out there. And Boogie's seem to be struggling just a little bit.
Seemed like maybe Boogie's has too much grip. He was gripping up in a couple spots there, and he just had to clutch kick it to keep it going.
Yeah. Boogie's that little mistake there in the chase, too. And not the way you want to enter into a battle already on that little bit of a deficit.
Yeah, not too bad, though.
Not too bad, not too bad. Have to see what the judges fare.
Let's see what the judges think. The cars are 650 wheel horsepower, and Diaz does get the win.
Diaz making his way on through. We'll see Matthew take on Pudgy Platypi. This will round out Group 3 as we near closer to the end of Top 32.
Absolutely, already, and it's going very smooth. I'm super proud of how fast it is going. I think we're ready to send these drivers, though.
Absolutely. Matthew in the lead in that S13. Pudgy Platypi giving chase in the E46, another one of the popular cars here. As we get initiated, Matthew, washing out a little bit, was able to keep it within the zone and avoid the tire barrier, as we've seen before. I got a little scary there. Pudgy, cutting real deep and real shallow through there. Almost lost it there. Was able to keep a hold of it. Matthew putting on a good lead here. little bit of left foot braking outers on 3, but running those cones like he should. Pudgy Platypi, a little bit of wavering. Was able to keep it locked pretty well to his door across the line.
We'll see what Pudgy does in the lead here. Looks like we are ready to send them already. We are Matthew's sleeping at the line a little bit there. Let's see if we can keep up. Pudgy way in the lead. Sorry for the lack of commentary here, guys. I'm just not good at this stuff. I'll just let Vroom take it over from here.
All right. Good proximity so far from Matthew through outside zone 3. Pudgy not getting as deep as he needed to there. Really opening up the door. Good transition into inner clip 5. Bumper to bumper. Matthew absolutely throwing it down. Bumper. Bumper tapping across the line. But man, the gap. That was
I'm really not too
initiation.
sure what
Unsure of
happened.
what
I don't know
happened there.
if he was. I don't think he was paying attention, unfortunately.
Absolutely not. But not bad at all. Matthew absolutely throwing it down.
After he caught up here, though, he was sticking to his door.
Yeah. Did take him about to that. Yeah, the first set of those inner clips, he was able to get to his door and stick it on there for the rest of the run. But man, I have to see what the judges think and how they'll deem that. Because Pudgy had his mistakes too, not the greatest lead and a little wavery in the chase. Just a few mistakes sprinkled around. We'll see what those kind of equate to.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
And Pudgy Platypi is going to take it. Looks like that mistake at the start for Matthew is going to be the dagger in that run. It's pretty much almost an inactive chase for the first part of the track. I mean, yeah. Very unfortunate. Not the way you want to see any one of those go.
Yeah, well, we're going to get this next group in here. I'm going to do a quick commercial real quick. And we'll be back in just a few.
98.1 for Anthony Taylor. Hopping the scoreboards with a near perfect
like we
run.
said, there were very, very minimal things that could have been done by Anthony Taylor out in the lead there. Looks like he did catch that wall a little bit, but other than that.
The theme is
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're back, guys. Welcome back. Letting this group warm up a little bit, and we'll get the last battles underway.
Absolutely.
Take a look at the bracket here.
Final group of guys.
Yeah, we got Lester, I believe, is going to get a bye run. Alex couldn't make it. Tarrant versus Ireal. Slammed versus Chris. Maddie Spines, and I believe you said Ghost did not make it either.
I believe he will be Matty Spies. Or Matty Snipes, sorry, as we have formally renamed him to until he can throw down a good 360.
We need
So
our
he will forever
360
be
king
Matty
to show
Snipe.
up, that's for sure.
I highly doubt he will. I have had zero faith in this guy ever since round 1 began.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah, we do have a new Matty variant now. We got Matty Spines. Brought to you by the beautiful Oxy.
Maddie Spines, he is on the way. Is everyone still enjoying the OGP cars? I know they are on the more grippy end. I know they don't have 5 or 6 speed transmissions, just to keep it as fair as possible.
They certainly put on a show, I'll say that. We've had some good battles. And they're only going to get better as soon as we get deeper into top 32.
Absolutely. So it looks like we are ready for our first bye run here, possibly? Maybe?
Not yet, I don't think.
Okay.
I think they're still getting some practice for these guys.
How is it going over there at Augie Customs? Got any more work going on?
Once again, shout out to all of our partners. Wouldn't be here without them.
Absolutely. Working like always. Augie's Customs.
I believe we'll be wrapping up warm-ups for these guys here pretty soon. And we'll get on the way to finish out top 32.
And we do have Lester coming up on his bye run.
Lester, definitely one of the drivers that can put on a show in the chase. We'll see what he could do here, throwing down a lead line for his bye run. See what our number 3 qualifier has in store for us.
Well, easy points, you know, bye run in a top 16. That's huge, you know, for the season.
Absolutely.
Biggest thing is if you qualify, you get minimum points.
Yeah, exactly. Lester putting down a good line here, getting out to every single zone. Definitely showing why he's one of our top qualifiers. Gets a little wide in that 5th inner clip.
Still just super consistent, though.
But very consistent. Oh, I just love being critical of Lester.
And he's going one more time.
They want to see it again. We'll get our
So
next
we
set
do
of drivers
have
pulled up the
Terran
line.
versus iReal. This should be a great battle. We did do an engine swap in the R33. So it does
Yeah, it
sound a little
doesn't-
bit better. It doesn't sound like a dying dolphin.
Yes, big improvement. As the lights come on here and away we go. Terran driving for Team ADL. iReal driving for Team Kinetic. A little shaky there in initiation. Real shallow. Is going to have to make up a lot of ground. Terran just starting to run away here. Oh, but he gets out to the grass and he's going to get into that tire barrier. Oh, man, right
Oh
on the
no!
passenger side there.
Oh no!
iReal. Oh, he's going to drop a tire in outside zone 3 too. As he's going to make his... He's just going to finish out his chase run. Terran's just going to drive out the rest of his. That's real unfortunate. Another one of the...
Oh no!
Just see those cars wash out of the zone. Terranizer. I love that. That one made me feel like I was having a stroke saying that.
Terran,
rolling
I know
back
he's
up.
going to hope for a mistake from iReal here.
Absolutely.
That is a rare mistake from Terran. Oh,
Uh-oh. Unsure
not too sure what happened there.
what happened. Yeah. As iReal's going to finish out the rest of his run here.
Really not too sure what's going on.
Oh, very, very odd. So far, iReal putting down not a bad run here. Definitely a lead line to strive for. We'll have to see.
I'm
kinda
not
happened
too
at the
sure
start
what
line.
happened here, yeah. I don't know.
iReal up to the landscape. Wait till Slam. I am, in fact, dreading when Slam pulls up to the line.
If slammed 360s into the trees, I am fucking taking all his points away.
All the points. Gone.
Just kidding. I won't do that.
Oh, we're still trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm not too sure what's going on here. Yeah. Okay.
Well, they're going to give iReal the win. Anyway, we'll get our next two drivers pulling up to the line. Slam from Team
I'm sorry about my
Lockjaw.
language. I am sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
We got both drivers pulled up to the line here for the next battle. Slammed in the JZX. In the lead, Chris in the S14. Giving chase. Nice initiation from both drivers. Slam starting to pull away here. Chris looking to find a way to close up that proximity. Slam not putting down a bad line here at all. Good transition to that third inner clip. Slam getting all the way out to those cones, but Chris not letting him get away. Sticking right with him. Not super crazy on his door, but certainly matching angle and following the line real well. And now, as we get him flipped around, we're going to see what Slammed has in store here. So if your kids are watching, shield their eyes. It's probably not going to be good. But Chris, just waiting on the lights, and away we go. Big angle on initiation. Huge correction for Chris. Doesn't get up to that first outside zone at all. But Slammed, keeping it with him. More angle into outside zone 2. That pulls him out early. Slam still with him. Not letting any of it phase him. Doing a real great job keeping it off of him. As Chris floats out to outside zone 3. As we come through the next set of clips, Chris taking that super wide line out of that inner clip 4. Slam keeping it with him, and what do we got?
Oh my goodness!
We almost had synchronous 360s.
Let's take a look at this side by side here. A very good battle. I think this one is going to be a close call for sure.
Absolutely.
But something, like Augie said, something spectacular did happen. So
That
we'll see at the
was-
end of this
yeah.
side by side here.
It just seemed like Chris was hucking it into all those zones, and man, just a little bit too much angle would pull him out early. Slam doing a great job, able to keep it with him. But Slam just real great in the lead. Was able to give Chris the chase he needed to follow him.
Absolutely. And Slam does get the win, it looks like.
Slam is going to be your winner. And an actually nice 360 to boot it off. I wish we could have gotten that synchronous, gotten it all the way. But that was great. That was great to see actually something good from Slammed.
Absolutely.
So round of applause to him and the Lock to Lock team.
Well, let's see what Matty Spines can do here on his bye run.
Yes, absolutely. That E36, his buy run. Man, Rail getting out to outside zone 2 there. Good angle. A little wide on the inner clips. Nothing too serious. Overall, not too bad of a lead run so far. Like he says, it's going to be a rollback in top 16. You're lucky Strep isn't here, because that would upset him for sure.
All the
Matty Snipes
360s.
with a little 360.
All the 360s. Well, that is going to round out our top 32s. Let's take a look at the bracket here. We are going to have Anthony Taylor, good boy Taylor, Taylor, going up against Milos, Dominic Moya versus Chillmate, Drake versus Blake, tongue twister there, and Venus versus Cervantes.
And then we'll have Jonathan Casillas against Ramirin. Diaz versus the Pledgy Platypi. We're going to see what he can do against Diaz. Lester with his first real battle against iReal. Slammed versus Matty Spies. Snipes? I'm just going to call him Snipes from now on, from here on out. Until I can get an official pronunciation. And, official pronunciation from him, because at this point, I don't even remember what it was at this point anymore. I don't even know what it is anymore.
Anthony Big Duck Club Taylor.
Yeah, everyone, hit me with the bros in chat. And everybody.
Bruh.
All right, Rez, you can't say it. You can't say it twice. Oh, now we're having a battle of the number one chatters. Rose wants to be number one here.
August, stop typing so I could be number one. That is hilarious.
We're about to have a fight break out in the...
I didn't think there was going to be a fight in OGP. But we are going to get the first drivers lined up. We're going to get this going here.
Absolutely, we got the both drivers
Just give
up to the
me
line
a
ready to
moment
go.
here. I do have to restart my game. Give me one moment. Do not send them yet, please. All right, I am ready now, guys. Sorry about that.
Alrighty. We got Anthony Taylor in the lead in that E36, our number one qualifier. It's Milo. A little bit of a shallow initiation, but keeping it right on his door. Wavering heavy in outside zone 1. Anthony Taylor keeping it smooth for the most part. And way out to outside zone 2. Milo avoiding a little bit of contact there. It's starting to fall away after that third inner clip. Anthony Taylor doing what he needs to do, but Milo having to miss all of outside zone 3 just to keep proximity, avoid that inactive chase. But Anthony Taylor putting down the lead run he needs to, and across the line. Anthony Dean Taylor. New nickname we've got in the chat. As well flip him around. See what Milo can do in the lead.
Let's see what he's got.
Because we already know Anthony Taylor's going to do everything in his power to put it on his door. They're initiated. Milo getting all the way out to outside zone 1. Big improvement from his chase. Anthony Taylor keeping it with him, matching his angle, putting it right onto his door in outside zone 2. See how far he falls back here. Good transition. You have first set of inner clips. Milo putting down a great lead line here. It's a little wide of inner clip 4. Able to bring it in for 5. Anthony Taylor right on his door across the line. A little bit of a tap.
I gotta see this side by side.
Absolutely. What a great battle.
That was a fantastic start to the top 16. I mean, I don't think we could have asked for anything better.
2 clean runs. You love to see it. Maybe one that will leave the judges scratching their heads a little bit, but Anthony Taylor definitely doing a great job in the chase. Definitely outperforming Milo there. Milo. Is it Milo?
Anthony Good Boy Taylor. Fantastic runs from these guys.
Absolutely. Anthony Taylor just so quick to match angle.
And Anthony Taylor is moving on. Great battle, guys.
Absolutely. And let's see who he will be facing in the grade 8. As we've got Dominic Moya in the E92 facing Chillmate in the S14 in the chase. Starting a little bit further back, hoping to get a little bit of a run up here. See what that will do for him. As away we go. Second battle of top 16. Right onto the door. Big lunge there from Chillmate, having to back off a little bit. He closed in a little faster than he was suspecting. A lot of left foot brake there from Dominic. Chillmate also a little shallow getting into that zone. Bumper to bumper on transition. Not letting him get too far away here. Closing it back up through outside zone 3. Dominic getting out to those cones the way he needs to. Putting down a good lead line so far for Chomate to follow. Coming to this final turn, a little bit of contact. We'll make it across the line. So they're back up to the line, ready to go. What can Dominic Moya do here in the chase? Chillmate, not so bad. Some things to be improved on. Real tight on initiation, but that's going to mess up Dominic because he's going to be real shallow.
Yeah, not too sure what happened there.
Chillmate doing a good job so far. Dominic having to make up a little bit of proximity through that zone. Almost taking off his bumper through that transition, but right on his door through outside zone 3. Could almost fit a postcard between those two. Nice and smooth through these inner clips. Dominic washing out just a little bit, but able to put it right back onto his door across the line.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at this side-by-side.
Good runs from both drivers.
Weird initiation on Dominic's follow. It seems like, I don't know if he got caught off guard or what.
Maybe just trying to initiate on his door and just initiate a little too early. Might have dragged him out of that zone, but that was definitely one of the bigger mistakes that we saw.
Yeah, absolutely, but after he caught up, he was glued to his door.
Absolutely. There's no shaking him. Able to match angle really well. Something that Chillmate is not exactly able to do. This could definitely go either way.
I'm still loving those silver and black liveries, though. They just
absolutely
brought another element to these drift cars, in my opinion.
As we'll await to see what the judges decide here. They take their time to deliberate on this, making sure we make the right call. And shout out to all 26 of you guys watching from home. We certainly appreciate it.
Looks like we are going one more time. Too close to call.
Absolutely. This is a very tight one. Few mistakes from both drivers. I think they just want to get it cleaned up, get a little more decisive of a win.
Must have had equal mistakes on each side that I might not have saw, but we'll run it back. Absolutely. I hope drivers are ready.
So first one more time of tonight comes in top 16.
Oh.
So away we go. Part 2 here. Dominic getting out to that zone, but Chillmate sticking with them. Good initiation. A lot better from his last run. Dominic, a lot of left foot brake, keeping him into that outside zone. As they come through these first sets of clips. Chillmate keeping good distance. And to match angle around outside zone 3, Dominic putting it where it needs to be. Keeping it smooth through this last set and coming across the final turn. And a little tap across the line.
Oh. Whoa. That could have been dangerous if he got pushed into the fence there.
Absolutely. Almost lifted up his car.
Oof.
Man, that could have been real bad. Able to keep hold of it, keep it on the track surface. So we'll get him flipped around. See what Dominic can do here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, contact!
Contact on initiation.
That's definitely... They keep it going. Able to get things smoothed out, but definitely contact on initiation. Looks like Dominic just got in the way of Chillmate. But still keeping things smooth. Didn't let them affect it too much. This Dominic just putting it right onto Chillmate's door. A little bit of a correction there in outside zone 3. Chillmate doing a great job here. Dominic just chasing them around. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Gonna have to relook at this replay again. See what happened there.
Absolutely. Well, Chillmate just not able to get out to that final zone. We'll take a look here. A little bit of contact on initiation from Dominic Moya. Be interested to see how that's going to play into the decision the judges make here. I mean, overall, not a bad run by either drivers. They were able to clean up a few of the mistakes that they had in their first runs, which was good to see.
The only thing is I don't know if the judges are gonna do. I mean, they both messed up on that second run there.
Yeah. I mean, they're able to keep it going.
And Chillmate does get the win, though. I think they deemed that contact to be the deciding factor there. So
Definitely want to carry your momentum through that first zone. The initiation is very important to keep your speed so you can keep momentum through the rest of the course.
Yeah, but not allowing him to initiate was probably the deciding factor, even though he had that issue. It looked like he might have like lost power or something on that last outer. Not too sure.
Yeah. We'll see Drake and Blake March make their way up to the line in
both in RPS 13.5s. This is gonna be really one loud battle, guys.
Yeah. So we have Drake in the lead, Blake March giving chase in the black and white S13. So we make our way to initiation. Big angle from Drake. Blake March having to close up some of that proximity. As man, it is just deafening here at Pine Valley. And oh, Blake March goes wide in outside zone 2. Able to keep a hold of it. That's definitely going to throw a wrench in things in terms of his chase. As Drake just keeping things moving. Knocking over a few cones in outside zone 3. It's Blake March trying to get himself back into frame. But keeping things nice and smooth here for Drake. Laying on the angle. Big correction. It's going to slow him down, but Blake March able to keep it off of him.
Yeah, that's
same mistake we saw in that last run. But we get him flipped around, and Blake, see what he can do in the lead. We initiate Blake a little shallow on angles, going to send him out to that tire wall. No. And man, it is just pandemonium.
That tire wall has not been nice to people today, but they're going to stay in it. They're going to finish this run.
Absolutely. Drake able to help him across, keep him at angle. They're going to keep this run going. Blake getting out to outside zone 3. Drake still just trying to rope him back in. As they come across to these final inner clips. Blake March getting out wide. Big angle is going to have to save it. And Drake definitely helping him along.
Take a look at this side by side regardless.
Absolutely. And shout out Drake keeping that second run alive through most of that, keeping Blake at angle. Man, picking a day, just throwing his car around. But man, great resilience from both of the drivers, able to keep it going. Definitely racking up the decibels during that run. Man, those cars.
I don't think I can hear anymore.
I had to turn down my headset audio for that one because, man. We'll see. And Drake is going to get the win pretty convincingly.
Absolutely.
But at Venus, Cervantes up to the line for this next battle. Venus in the lead. He definitely has that
RB.
S13.
Here goes our ears again.
And he's got that thing hooked up. We'll see what Cervantes has for him in the chase in that E92. As the lights illuminate, and away we go. Venus launching off the line. Cervantes not able to get into that outside zone in the chase, but still sticking with him, keeping good proximity. Venus could be a little bit deeper in that zone. Cervantes still keeping with him. Nice transition. Venus getting way out in outside zone 3, dropping a tire before the zone. Cervantes not too phased, able to keep with him, starting to fall off through these final inner clips, but at Venus, another big correction.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's very...
I think it's all going to come down to how smooth this second part of the run is.
Absolutely. Cervantes needs to put down a good lead run here. At Venus, definitely needs to show what he can do. Big initiation. At Venus right onto this door, matching angle perfectly into outside zone 1. Cervantes keeping it smooth. Big angle into outside zone 2. At Venus trying to get up to his door, real shallow through there. Falling back. Inner clip 3. Cervantes getting out to those cones, knocking a few over. And Venus keeping with him, just needs to close up that proximity just a little bit more, and he will do that through inner clip 5, keeping it right onto his door across the line.
Right on. Let's take a look at this side by side.
Definitely a few mistakes by both drivers in that first run, but it looks like they're able to clean it up.
Well, definitely a lot cleaner on that second run. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Take a look back at a few of the mistakes. Just a few corrections in the lead from Venus, and Cervantes was able to keep it with him pretty well.
Does look like Cervantes in his chase did completely straighten though.
Oh, true. Coming out of 3, he did have a little bit of a hiccup there. I don't think he got full straightened. Yeah, definitely a large correction.
It does look like Ed Venus moves on.
Ed Venus is going to take the win. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I didn't notice that correction before. That was pretty large of a correction. Ed Venus will continue on through. Our top qualifiers, a lot of our top qualifiers moving.
Yeah, so far, we got 1 versus 9 coming up and 4 versus 5.
And the grade 8. We'll see how things shake up.
Take a look at this bracket here.
Yeah.
We got Jonathan Casillas against Young, Diaz versus Pudgy, Lester versus Iriel, Slammed versus Matty Spines. So we'll let this next group get in. I am going to go ahead and do a commercial break. I'm going to reload in, make sure everything is working good. We'll be back in a few.
98.1 for Anthony Taylor, topping the scoreboards with a near perfect
like we
run.
said, there were very, very minimal things that could have been done by Anthony Taylor out in the lead there. Looks like he did catch that wall a little bit, but other than that...
and we are back. We got Jonathan versus Young Ramirin. This should be an amazing battle. Vroom, are you ready to send them?
Absolutely. I'm already ready up to the line. Let's finish out top 16. Let's see who we got. Jonathan Casillas in the lead. Young Ramirin in that E36 giving chase. Ramirin is yet to have a battle. He did have that bye run in the first. So far not doing too bad of a job. See how much of that limiter we'll hear from Jonathan Casillas.
All of the
Getting
limiter.
nice and deep in the outside zone too, but Ramirin keeping with him. Just trying to match angle to get into outside zone 3. Ramirin doing a great job. Nice transition as we get into the final set of inner clips here. Jonathan putting down a great lead line. Ramirin doing everything he can in that chase to cross the line. We're already looking fired up from these drivers. We get them flipped around and line back up. Ready to go. What does Jonathan Casillas have for Ramirin in the chase?
We'll see what that limiter says.
Initiating big angle from both drivers. Getting out to that first outside zone. Love to see it. Jonathan Casillas trying to stay in that pocket for as long as he can. Ramirin putting it nice and deep in the outside zone 2. Beautiful lead so far. Bumper to bumper on transition. Nice and smooth. Ramirin getting out a little bit wide. Able to keep things smooth through outside zone 3. Jonathan Casillas not letting him get away. Good proximity through these inner clips as we make our final turn. We cross the line. Man, oh man.
We got to take a look at this side by side.
Absolute barn burner of a battle here. 2 great runs. I think it's really going to be settled in the chase. It just seems like Casillas was in the pocket a lot more.
It's gonna be a very close call.
Ramirin had these flashes of great proximity. Ramirin had that little bit of a correction coming out of inner clip 3. He was washed out a little bit. Choked Jonathan up just a little bit.
We'll see who they have. I mean, this very well could go one more time. It was that good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, doctor!
Please, no. Judges deliberating on this run. See what they think.
That was an absolutely incredible battle. I would not mind seeing it go again, to be honest with you.
Absolutely not. And it will.
And it is going to be one more time.
And oh man.
Get them relined up here. I think they had equal mistakes. In that replay, I did see, you know, Jonathan, he did straighten up in his chase coming out of outside zone 1. He did.
I did, yeah, he was trying to stay in that pocket. And I think he just a little too long.
Well, it looks like they might be ready here. We'll resend them.
Yeah. Ready for this second part of the battle. The lights are on and away we go. Big initiation from Jonathan. Massive snap to angle, but Ramirin right there with him, unfazed. Oh, then setting it and forgetting it on that limmer. Ramirin a little bit of a correction there in the chase. Just trying to keep as close as he can with him. Floating it out to outside zone 3. Ramirin not backing down. Beautiful transition as we get into this final set of inner clips. Tapping the door, knocking who's home. Across the line. Man, it just keeps getting better from these drivers. We'll
And
flip
the
them
sun
around.
is starting to set a little bit too. Headlights are coming on.
We are ready to go here. No. Oh! Big initiation by Ramirin. Jonathan right there with him. Not too different than what we saw in that first run. A lot better through that power alley for Jonathan. And Ramirin getting all the way out there as deep as he can into outside zone 2. Bumper to bumper on transition. Jonathan matching angle really well across outside zone 3. Keeping it right with him, younger Ramirin giving him the best lead line he can. Coming across the final corner and knocking. Man.
Take a look at this side by side. I
Look at that.
don't even know what to say. Right. This is an incredible battle twice in a row.
It seems all they did was clean up those big mistakes and just put on another heater. Few things you can be nitpicky about, but realistically, man, these guys are throwing it down. Like Jonathan was just able to keep great proximity through those inner clips. But
I
Ramirin
think it's
just
going
once
to come
again
down
just
to, yeah, that's just insane.
man, two great drivers meeting in top 16. This is what you can expect. So we'll wait on the judges. And Jonathan Casillas is going to take it.
Incredible battle. Incredible.
You cannot ask for more of these drivers. That was absolutely phenomenal.
That was...
Just
That
wow.
left me speechless. Absolutely speechless.
As we'll have our next battle pull up to the line here. Pudgy Platypie gonna have to do some big swinging here. Taking on Diaz in that S13.
Absolutely.
So we got him lined up and ready to go.
If we could have
Diaz, our
Young
number-
please leave the track. We need Young to leave the track, please. I'm gonna go ahead and send him on this first run here.
Well, here we go. Can the Pudgy Platypie here do in his chase? Diaz almost got out to the grass there, using all of the track. Diaz setting into outside zone 2. Pudgy Platypie swinging that car around in the chase, trying to keep with him the best he can. Man, that S13 is fast. Little shallow there. Pudgy straightens coming out of inner clip 4. Struggling in that chase.
Yeah, Diaz very smooth.
Great lead from Diaz. We'll see what he can do in the chase.
Looks like Diaz does like to line up pretty far back. He must like a really big run up.
As away we go. A little bit of a late initiation there from Diaz, but able to get the car at angle before that commitment line. Pudgy Platypie not doing a bad job here, getting out to outside zone 2. Diaz not letting him get away though. Able to stick it right onto his door. Just to back off going into outside zone 3. A little bit of a correction from Pudgy. Coming through the final set of clips here. Diaz doing a great job. Pudgy, not a bad lead.
A little tap there, but nothing to... Let's take a look at this side by side.
Diaz doing a great job in the chase. Pudgy not too bad in the lead. A little bit of a late initiation, able to get it around.
Yeah.
Pudgy just really missing outside zone 1 in that chase though. That's definitely going to come back to bite him. Diaz just able to keep it in the pocket during his chase, able to stick with Pudgy. Few corrections from him, had to back him off. Overall, both drivers doing a good
pretty
job.
Great.
Yeah. As Diaz is going to take the win and advance on to the grade 8. Continuing the run of almost no upsets so far in this competition. A few in top 32, but top 16, we've seen the dominant drivers take the wins. As we'll see Lester and Iriel come up to the line.
I will have to be muted for a bit.
Righty. So we get both drivers pulled up to the line. Lester, net S14. Iriel from Team Kinetic, net E36, giving chase. As we are off. Big gap forming between Lester and Iriel. Iriel missing outside zone 1. Off of a slow start at the beginning. Lester really pulling away here. Iriel having to cut outside zone 2, just trying to keep himself in the frame. And oh, Iriel almost straightens coming into outside zone 3. I think he was able to keep some angle, but the judges will definitely have to look into that. Is Lester doing a great job in the lead here, putting down what he needs to put down. Staying consistent as always. The consistency king. As they're back up to the line, here we go. Iriel having to float that car into outside zone 1 off of initiation. Not going to have a lot of speed here, but Lester, a little tap on the door going into outside zone 2. Backs him up into the zone a little bit deeper. Keeping right with him. Great chase so far from Lester. Keeping it in the pocket. Few corrections from Iriel in the lead. Lester doing a great job. Iriel not too bad through the second part of the track here, but can't get out to that final zone. A little bit of contact from Lester helping him along. So we'll take a look at the side-by-side. Man, just that large gap at the start from Iriel. It's having to drag that back. Got some back and then just lost it all again through the power alley. Was fighting an uphill battle the rest of his chase, but Lester doing a great job mimicking Iriel through his lead run. Was not that bad. We will see, and Lester will take the win. So he will advance on to the grade 8. As we get our next final 2 drivers of top 16 up to the line, who's going to be facing Lester in the grade 8? Will it be Matty Spies, or will it be Slammed from Team Lock to Lock, the alleged 360 king? Got him up to the line, ready to go. Slammed in that hashtag boat life JZX. Maddie sleeping at the line. Slam a little bit of slow through the gate, giving a little bit of grace. Slam gets to angle. Beautiful through initiation. Maddie keeping good distance so far. Matching angle through outside zone 2. Getting right up to his door before these first set of inner clips. Oh, a little big correction there. Trying to avoid contact. That's going to choke him up, but he's going to gain that proximity back. Slam putting down a great lead line here. Nice and wide through those transitions. So make it across the line. Few mistakes there for Maddie. And we'll see how Slammed can counter. And additionally, see what he can throw down after this run. So up to the line, ready to go. We have only seen one good 360 out of Slammed. You cannot call him the 360 king. Big initiation from Maddie. He almost over angles. Having to keep hold of it. Slam doing a great job not to get into him. Because that was a lot of angle really quickly. Almost threw him off there, but still continuing a great run here. Slammed able to match angle. Keep some pretty good proximity. Fell off a little bit through the middle of outside zone 3. But right back with him through this last set of inner clips. Maddie. Nice and tight. Almost chokes up the chase driver there through outside zone 5. Inner clip 5, sorry. And a nice 360. Slowly earning that title back. As we'll take a look at the side-by-side. Not too bad of runs by either driver. Maddie just that massive correction to start his run. Definitely not the way you want to open it up, but he did a great job recovering. Slammed nice and smooth in his chase. Maddie had that little bit of a almost had to keep. Also, just didn't let him transition. Had to back off really hard into that third inner clip in his chase. But Slammed is going to get the win and advance on to continue the streak of no upsets through.
Goodness. Sorry, I was silent there for a little bit. Let's take a look at our grade 8 here. This is
absolutely.
This is going to be a crazy grade 8. There's a lot of good battles. We've got Anthony Taylor versus Chillmate, Drake versus Venus. That's L2L on L2L.
Ooh. We got Jonathan Casillas taking on Diaz and Lester and Slammed, rounding out everything.
There's some high-profile drivers right here. Every one of these guys can actually win this. Can Chillmate take out the current leader in Anthony Taylor?
Maybe. We've seen crazier things happen today. But all these drivers, top caliber, not a single one of them out of the top 10. Not a single one of them qualified out of the top 10.
Absolutely.
These are all the best of the best we have. The only drivers from the top 10 not able to make it in was Dominic Moya, who fell to Chillmate in the top 16.
We have 4 drivers from L2L in the grade 8.
This goes to show you how dominant that program is over there.
Absolutely, and I think they're lined up and ready to go.
Absolutely, here we are. To start off the grade 8, Anthony Taylor's been starting it off. What can he do here against Chillmate in the S14? Into initiation. Anthony Taylor keeping it nice and wide. Chillmate having to back up a little bit there. Keep it off of him. Nice and smooth through the power alley. Great transitions. Chillmate falling out of that zone a little bit, able to keep it into the pocket of Anthony Taylor. Great bumper to bumper transition into interclip 3. Anthony Taylor getting it all the way out to those cones. Chillmate not letting him get away, putting down a great chase. These last sets of interclips. Anthony Taylor hanging it out wide, and Chillmate, man, oh man.
Wow. What a chase.
And that's going to be great chase. We'll see what Anthony Taylor can do to back that up. We'll see Chillmate in the lead here. See what he can put down. Hoping to have a great lead of his own. Getting out nice and wide to that first outside zone. Good on initiation. Anthony Taylor right where Chillmate was. Bumper to bumper. Beautiful transition. But able to keep it in the pocket of Chillmate through outside zone 2. Falling back a little bit here. Stayed in that pocket just a little too long through transition, but he's right back to his door. Matching angle. Great proximity. Chillmate doing a great job putting down a great lead line here for Anthony Taylor. Chokes him up almost a little bit there. Out of interclip 4, but right on his bumper, pushing him across the line. Anthony Taylor.
I gotta see this side by side.
What a great battle between these two drivers. Chillmate absolutely hanging with Anthony Taylor.
And Anthony Taylor hanging on with Chillmate. Like,
yeah. See, Chillmate was a little quicker to the door through that first zone, but Anthony Taylor was just more prominent through that power alley and was able to stay in the pocket through outside zone 2. A little bit.
They both had some equal mistakes, in my opinion.
Exactly. This could go either way. We could
see it one more time.
Yeah. And just the caliber of these drivers just on full display here. And man, just being absolutely blessed with some great battles today here at ADL Pine Valley Park. So the judges deliberating on this one.
Absolutely insane.
Truly just absolutely insane.
I figured this is what we're going to see in the grade 8. Just people glued
This is
to
just
each
the
other
first battle. We got a lot more great drivers coming up, and it's going to go one more time.
One more time. Wow. I'm not mad with that one at all.
Absolutely not. Just got to clean up a few things here and there. Both drivers had a few mistakes.
In my opinion, it was just too close to call regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really going to come down to whoever makes the bigger mistake at this point. But it looks like they're lined up and ready to go.
Absolutely. Here we go. Lights are on, and away we go. The part 2 of this battle. Contact on initiation is going to put Anthony Taylor wide. Big mistake from Chillmate in the chase. Oh no.
Looks like we're just gonna. Oh no!
Talk about a big mistake. You said it best. You need to see who's gonna have the bigger mistake, and man, you can't get bigger than that. Heartbreaker. Obviously, the run is not over. We still have to flip these guys around and see what happens. But man, not what you want to see out of the gate. But they're gonna go right back at it. No time for reflection to get initiated. Anthony Taylor hanging back just a little bit, but able to get right onto his door, not letting go. A little shallow, needs to work his way back in outside zone 2. Chillmate doing a great job so far. Hanging out wide into outside zone 3, but Anthony Taylor right there with him, mimicking him to almost near perfection. Right back onto the door through the power alley. Coming through his last sets of clips, Anthony Taylor just right there. pushing him across the line. But man, you cannot overlook what happened in that first run. And that's just going to be Anthony Taylor. Man, heartbreaker for Chillmate. He had it. He had the skill to match Anthony Taylor. So unfortunately, that contact on initiation, man. I think that's the second time we've seen it. Well, we got the next two drivers up to the line. As we have a lock-to-lock battle between Drake and Venus, both in that RPS 13.5. Drake in the lead in the black hood, and Venus in the white hood. As we are away. Loud, 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 as these guys just banging on the limiter. Zooming through the power alley. And Venus putting it right onto Drake's door. Drake could have been a little bit deeper into outside zone 2. But Venus not letting him get away. Doing a great job. Drake doing a great job in the lead here too. Nice and tight to those inner clips as we round the final corner. I'm gonna lay on the left foot brake there for Drake to get out to that outside zone. But Venus doing a great job in the chase. As we'll flip him around, get him lined back up here. And Venus leading. Drake getting chase. Big angle from Venus. Keeping it nice and deep into the outside zone. Drake sitting in the pocket through the power alley. Nice transition. Venus pulling out of the zone a little bit there, but was able to nurse it back. A little bit of a door tap there from Drake through inner clip 2. Venus doing a great job here. Drake looking to close up some of that proximity. Venus knocking over a few cones in outside zone 3. Drake doing a great job through these transitions. Getting right back onto his door. Almost over angles. Big correction's gonna have to save it. And a 360 from Venus to boot. Let's take a look at our side-by-side. And just another great battle and another loud one to hear these S13s scream. Man, you can see as soon as Venus gets onto power, that front end lifts up. He has that car dialed. But great, both drivers doing a great job. I'm not sure if Team Lock to Lock is as strict as Team Kinetic is on when their drivers face each other. We'll see what the judges think. Going to be deliberating on this one. Man, just really great battles. And Venus is going to take the win, make his way on through to the final 4. As we'll see, our next drivers already making their way to the line. Jonathan Casillas, our number 2 qualifier. Looking to see what he can do against Diaz. An absolutely surgical driver in that S13. As we got him up to the line, ready to go. Lights are on. Diaz getting his always iconic big run up. Here we go. Nice angle so far from both drivers. Diaz having to float back into outside zone 1 a little bit there. Almost made contact with Jonathan, but able to keep it nice and smooth through outside zone 2. Staying in the pocket. the best he can through this first sets of inner clips, but Jonathan doing a great job in the lead, getting all the way out there to outside zone 3. Very minimal left foot brake as they make their way through here. In a final turn, Diaz a little shaken up through those transitions. Having to back up just a little bit. Sent him a little wide. But we'll get him flipped around and pulled back up. As we'll see what the second run brings for both of these drivers. Here we go. Nice smooth initiations from both drivers. Diaz getting out to that zone. Jonathan having a little bit of a correction there. Trying to get back onto his door. Keep himself in that pocket. Jonathan keeping right with him. A little slow to get to angle going into outside zone 2. Good proximity through the inner clips. Jonathan keeping right with him. Like to see a little bit smoother. Not quite matching angle as well. Diaz doing a great job. He's going to bring it around town to the last outside zone, and then, man, stick it to the side-by-side. Both drivers doing a great job.
Absolutely. Sorry I was MIA there a little bit. I had a bunch of people yelling in the background. So.
Oh, good, brother.
But yeah, I mean, overall, great battle. I think Jonathan lacked a little bit of angle in his chase, though.
Yeah. Definitely see Diaz was doing a lot better job matching Jonathan's angle when it came to his run.
I think Diaz even at some points had more angle in his chase.
Yeah, that'll be big to sway the results of this battle. Absolutely.
We'll see who gets to win here.
Absolutely. It just looks a little understeery from Jonathan. If he's got that thing a little bit too gripped up.
Could
to
be.
Get later into the day.
Or he ran out of limiter.
That too. Could be a good chance of that, because we know Diaz is fast in that S13.
And smooth.
Seen it in many battles before. Very smooth. The judges taking their time deliberating on this one.
And Diaz does get the win.
Diaz will advance, as he will await to see who he's going to face in the Final Four, as we have both Lester and the third lock-to-lock driver slammed, and that JZX make his way to the line.
This should be a great battle. You know Lester's going to try to take off on the line here.
Absolutely. I think Slam knows
drivers
that.
are ready.
A little bit further back. Absolutely. Final battle of the grade 8. Man, we're blazing through these. And here we go.
Oh no,
Whoa,
and Slam
contact.
comes in hot.
Able to keep things going. Doesn't affect Lester too much. Just good proximity. Gonna chalk that down to big angle from Lester. The Slam keeping right with him. Digging that bumper into his door. Nice transitions through those inner clips. Slam sticking right into the pocket. Lester a little wavery through outside zone 3. Slam nice transitions. Not able to match angle coming out of that 5th inner clip. But we'll be right there on the door across the line.
And Lester looked really good on that lead run. Super fast too.
Few
And
mistakes.
I think Slam knew how fast Lester is, and was trying to keep up and maybe bumped him there. So.
Possibly. But we got him lined both back up, ready to go. Lester, a man known for his chases, see what he can do. Slam initiates, big angle to outside zone 1. Lester right there with him, little slow to get to his door. But not doing too bad. Big body. Hashtag boat life. It's a little bit of a correction there from Lester out of outside zone 2. Pulling out of that zone a little early, having to make up a lot of ground coming into outside zone 3. Lester doing a very good job matching angle through these inner clips. And slowly making his way to the door, and big contact across the line.
Take a look at this side-by-side.
I want to say very an uncharacteristic chase from Lester. But had a lot of mistakes sprinkled through there. Not big mistakes, but very minor mistakes. We don't usually see out of them. But Slam putting down a pretty good lead line. Don't think Slam did anything wrong. It was a little wide through that second inner clip, but man, this is going to be interesting.
Absolutely. We'll see what
but
they
Lester's going to take the win.
Okay. I wonder if they deem the contact.
Oh, yeah.
His fault.
We'll get
Not too sure on that one.
We'll get a read from the judges. See what their take on that was. But we'll get the top four rolling as we see Anthony Taylor take on
Before we
Advenus.
get this going here, I do have to reset my game, so just bear with me for 1 second here. I'm going to run a commercial before this top four gets going.
98.1 for Anthony Taylor. Hopping the scoreboards with a near perfect
like we
run.
said, there were very, very minimal things that could be done by Anthony Taylor out in the lead there. Looks like he did catch that wall a little bit, but other than that.
All right, we are back.
Perfect. And just some clarification from the judges. Lots of left foot braked from Slammed was actually causing the mistakes from Lester.
Okay.
Oh, I accidentally crashed. My game just crashed.
Uh-oh. Well, I'll do my best here. Got Anthony Taylor in the lead. Advenus right behind them. They enter on each other's door. Inside clip one, a little far off of that. We do want to see the bumper on the pylon. Both very deep into OZ2. Great on inner clip 2 there and 3. Advenus not backing down from Anthony Taylor though, just riding his door. Good job on the inner clip. Advenus. Ooh, Advenus surged a little bit. It looked like he straightened. It's gonna be tough. Get him re-lined up here.
Absolutely.
Are you getting back into the game, sir?
Yes, sir. I am making my way back in. Just wanted to find the right time so I didn't lag these guys.
Yeah, we are set. So I'm gonna go ahead and send them.
Alrighty. And here we are ready to go for the second part of this battle. Advenus hooked up in that RPS 13.5. Anthony Taylor not letting him get away here, keeping it in the pocket through initiation. Venus getting deep into that outside zone 2, but Taylor just getting ever closer. And man, just right with them through outside zone 3. Advenus knocking over a few of the cones out there. Anthony Taylor not backing down, but great lead line so far from Advenus. Allowing every opportunity for Anthony Taylor to be right up on his door and across the line. And a little 360 to boot. Ooh, baby. I think we have a new 360 king.
Maybe. Take a look at the side-by-side here.
I'd love to get a look at the first run. I did not seemed Venus was a little closer, just wasn't able to match angle like Anthony Taylor was. But definitely both drivers pretty equal caliber.
These lock to lock guys, they're just incredible drivers.
Absolutely.
So happy to
Venus
have
a
them in
lot
this series.
better
Yeah.
proximity through outer zone 3 than Anthony Taylor. But that little surge in contact from
Anthony
Venus.
Taylor is going to the finals again.
Man, there is no stopping the dominance from this guy. Comes in, shows out every week. But Venus is going to have a chance to take third place
Absolutely.
and cement himself onto the podium. We'll just wait to see
We got
the
Diaz
unlucky driver
versus
place in.
Lester. Man, this is going to be incredible.
And I believe looking at it, this is an all S13 battle technically. Actually, no, all S chassis battle.
We got S13 on S15 Violence. So we got Diaz in the lead, Lester on the chase.
Two great drivers here, very fast in their own retrospects. Have to see how fast they'll get around this course. We should be timing them. How fast these guys are.
I will let you know.
As we got them lined up, ready to go. Who will face Anthony Taylor in the final? Will it be Diaz? Will it be Lester in the chase?
We are
Lights
off.
on and away we go.
1JZ versus ProCharge LS.
You can't get more different than that on the same chassis. So far, both drivers doing a great job. Lester having to check up just a little bit there to avoid contact through transition. Deep through outer zone 2 is Diaz. Right through transitions through those inner clips. Lester able to get right back to his door. A little contact.
Not sure
From
what
Lester?
happened there.
Diaz keeping it smooth, able to shake it off. Coming through the final part of this track. Lester slowly closing up the proximity, but Diaz able to keep it.
I don't know if there's any left
final
foot
zone.
braking there or anything like that. Not too sure.
I'm not sure. We have seen it before.
It happened in the...
A previous battle with Lester and
Absolutely.
slammed. Lester is not afraid to expose the overuse of left foot brake, just with how tight his chases can be. But here we go. Diaz right onto the door of Lester, having to float back into that pocket a little bit. Nice and smooth as they come through to outer zone 2. Lester, a big correction there. Having to change up his angle. But Diaz still right there with him. We get first set of inner clips. Lester floating out a little bit early out of outer zone 3, but just being very critical. Diaz keeping with him. Can he get closer? Cross the line, a little tap. Man, this is going to be a close one. Equal mistakes from both drivers.
Incredible regardless. These
But
drivers are
absolutely.
absolutely amazing.
I'm just being critical. Don't let my words fool you. These are two absolute menaces on track. High caliber, and this is as good as you can get. That's what we need to see. We need to see absolute greatness, but just a few mistakes here and there. Lester just ripping up in outside zone 3.
All I know is
Might
we
have been
are
some
getting
left foot
greatness
brake.
out of all these drivers. It's
Oh,
incredible.
absolutely. I want perfection. That's all I want it to be perfect. No winners, only perfection.
Diaz,
Diaz.
is moving on to the finals. And we are going to
But
have
we
our
will
third place
see.
battle at
We will
Venus
see Lester.
versus Lester.
Absolutely. Two absolute beautiful drivers. We'll see who can
This-
cement themselves onto
This
that podium.
final four was just absolutely stacked.
Absolutely.
got Advenus leading first, or should be.
We have Lester leading first.
It should be Ed.
Should be Venus. Just based off of the way brackets reading off.
Oh,
It's all right.
we'll get him reset here.
That Venus technically being at the top end of that bracket. He will
Correct.
always
That is why
get
he's
the
leading
lead
first.
first.
Yep.
want to make sure everything is right across all boards as here we go. Lights are on for this third place battle. Who's going to put themselves on that podium spot?
I think Lester's going to
right
go for
to
it.
the door. They got to throw everything in the kitchen sink here. At Venus, big on angle, a little check up there from Lester. Getting into outside zone 2. At Venus keeping it smooth. Through these inner clips, getting right to those pylons. Lester not backing down. Venus getting a little wide, knocking over a few of those cones. Still keeping it nice and tight to those inner clips. But Lester not letting him get away. But also not the best chase we've seen out of Lester either.
He was going for it, though.
He was definitely going for it.
He's going for it. You know, Lester's probably going to put down an absolute heater of a lead. Let's send him.
Absolutely. See what Ed Venus has in store. See how he can one-up Lester's chase. See what Lester can do better.
Lester is
Lester
hauling.
big angle, but a massive correction to outer zone 1. Luckily, Ed Venus not checked up at all, as he has yet to get to his door. But still sticking with him. Not too bad. But Lester, a very fast driver, blazing through this course. And Venus floating out wide from inner clip 1. It's going to allow Lester to peel away. Cross the line.
Definitely got to look at this side by side.
Definitely. How that one got messy towards the end. Lester able to be with them through initiation. But Venus had to take a little time to get to him. Was able to get a peek at his door in that outside zone, but took him a while. Almost till the mid of outside zone 2 is when we saw him make his prominent return.
Yeah, Venus was lacking some proximity, though.
Lester, a
falling
very
behind,
fast
yeah.
driver. But at Venus, equal. I would like to think he'd be on equal speed. But just not seeing it in that chase. But it's going to go one more time. We're going to see it again. Equal mistakes for both drivers. I'd like to see him clean it up a little bit. We know they can do better. We've seen it out of them. The both drivers up to the line, ready to go. Both drivers working for third place as they await the
It's
light.
very important for the standings right now.
Very, very. A lot of points on the table. Big snappy initiation from Venus. Lester trying to match angle. Is able to there for a flash. Venus getting out top, deep into outside zone 2.
A lot cleaner of a chase so far from Lester.
Absolutely nice transitions through those inner clips. Venus getting out to that outside zone as he should, knocking over a few cones, the rear bumper. Doing great so far. Lester being right there with them, not letting them get away.
Absolutely
A
not.
lot
That was incredible.
cleaner of a run.
From both these drivers, it was clean.
Definitely improving. A lot cleaner of a run. Now let's go into the second part. See what they can do here. Lester in the lead. Venus in the chase. See if we can get some more proximity from Venus here. And ask and you shall receive. Lester doing a great job at Venus, making up for his mistakes. He's right there with them. Nice and smooth through outside zone 2, making their way through the first set of inner clips. Venus right there with Lester across outside zone 3. Lester keeping it deep. Nice snap to angle as we get through the final sets of clips. And Venus not backing away. Little tap on the front tire, but they keep things going. And man, I think this decision just got a lot harder for the judges.
The more they run together, the harder it would be. That's usually how it goes. So we'll take a look at this side by side.
Absolute great driving from both of these drivers, cleaning up a lot of their mistakes. It's getting better as the runs progressed. But pretty similar, I want to think. We did see Venus carry a lot more angle in terms of matching in this chase for the first part of the run.
I think it might come down to that, going to that last outer there.
Yeah, a little bit of contact there from Venus. Lester able to keep it clean. We'll see what the judges think. As man, their job just got 10 times harder.
And
as
Lester is our third place. Wow.
Absolute talent on display from both of those drivers.
And
but the moment you've been waiting for.
Our finals. Anthony Taylor, EOD Diaz.
Anthony Taylor in the E36 giving chase, our top qualifier. Can he have another perfect day? Or will Diaz play spoiler in that blazing S13?
He just on his bumper.
And Diaz right there with Anthony Taylor, not letting him get away. Had a little bit of a shake-up through initiation, but he smoothed it out. Anthony Taylor nice and close to those pylons. Diaz, great on transition. A little bit of a check up there, but able to get right back to the door. Nice snap to angle by Anthony Taylor. Coming across the final two clips. Diaz surging to the door, having to back off a little bit and having to match angle, pushing him across the line.
Wow. What?
Man, oh man. Few mistakes we saw there, but not a very good run by both drivers. As it all comes down to this. Get him flipped around, here we go. Diaz, Anthony Taylor. Who's gonna take it here at ADL Pine Valley? Anthony Taylor right onto Diaz's door from the jump. Diaz having to float out to that outside zone, but he's starting to pull away a little bit. Anthony Taylor closing it back up. To outside zone 2, Diaz keeping it deep. Anthony Taylor still right there with a matching angle. A little bit of a fall off through transition. Wasn't as smooth as he had hoped. Diaz getting all the way out to outside zone 3. Diaz not right there with him. Not letting him get away for a single second. Beautiful transition into this final turn. Nice and smooth out to the line.
Oh
man!
My God. Let's see this side by side.
What an absolute run by both drivers. Anthony Taylor putting it down on the chase. I'd love to see what took place in that first run. We did see a couple things happen. But man, Anthony Taylor just able to transition and immediately just teleport to his door. At the snap of a finger. Anthony Taylor just a lot more proximity, able to match angle a lot better, smoother through his chase.
What a battle. What a battle.
What an effort from both of these drivers. As we wait on the judges, who will be your winner here at ADL Pine Valley Drift Park for round 2 of OGP?
Do we have Anthony Taylor going back-to-back wins or Diaz playing upset?
Both of these drivers, this would be huge in points either way this goes. As the judges taking their time, because that was an absolutely close battle. Need to look at everything. And we're going one more time. We get to see it again.
Oh my gosh.
These drivers are going to get some fresh rubber.
Dude, I'm holding my breath right
again.
now. This is... holding my breath.
Diaz warming up his tires, something he likes to do for every run. Anthony Taylor just taking the straight approach.
He wants to keep all those grips in the tire.
Exactly.
Diaz likes a warm tire.
Diaz making his way to the line, taking his ever iconic long run up. So we're ready to go here. For part 2 of our finals battle, Anthony Taylor out in the lead. Diaz looking to clean up a few things in the chase.
Right on his door on initiation.
Trying to match angle, little wavery there, but Anthony Taylor keeping it smooth. Nice big angle into outside zone 2. Diaz is with him, keeping it in that pocket. Doing a lot better. Coming through transition. Slow to get back to his door. Anthony Taylor keeping it nice and deep in outside zone 3. Floated out just a little bit early towards the end of that zone. A little wide on that inner clip. Diaz struggling through transitions. Just gonna give him a little tap across the line. As we'll see these guys get flipped around. And what can Anthony Taylor do here? It seems to be all coming down to the chases. As we go here, will we finally get our winner?
I don't know. This is going to be tough.
Anthony Taylor, oh, a little bit of contact. Oh, maybe. Might was able to save it, but man, he shot into that door like a rocket.
Yeah, I'm not too
As
sure.
we make our way into outside zone 2, Anthony Taylor, both drivers able to recover. As they're right back to the norm, putting it on doors, keeping it deep into zones. Diaz getting all the way out there. Anthony Taylor doing what he did in that first part of the run. Doing a great job in this chase. Will it be enough as they come around the final corner? Anthony Taylor right there, matching angle of perfection across the line.
Oh my God. Let's go back to this side by side.
But Diaz, a little stare down across the line, a little 180 stare down. I like it. Let's see. The tail of the tape. This will tell all. Anthony Taylor, yeah, just a little scrape on that.
Yeah, I mean,
left fender sent Diaz.
It could be that contact. I don't know. This is a tough decision.
Yeah, but they're able to get things back going, all things considered. But yeah, Anthony Taylor able to get to the door a lot quicker through transition. He has had a little bit of checkup through the power alley. And just, man, Anthony Taylor able to match angle so much better through that final turn.
This is a tough call, but I don't know if that contact on initiation will sway the judges. I'm not too sure.
We'll just have to wait and see.
The judges have a lot more data that we can see, so.
Yeah, absolutely. They got everything in that booth. As we await our winner of round 2. Once again here at ADL Pine Valley Drift Park. Will it be Anthony Taylor, the Team Big Duck Club and Lock to Lock? Or will it be Diaz from Team EOD, Evolution of Drift? That S13. Cast your votes in the live chat. Who do you think took this?
Who do you guys think took this?
As we await the judge's decision on this first one more time battle, we could see him go again. The judges definitely want to make a call. Driver is patiently, anxiously waiting at the line.
They're patient. I'm not. I want to know who wins already.
Man. Sitting on pins and needles in those cars.
They're probably shaking. I bet both of their hands are just shaking right now.
The adrenaline rush has to be crazy.
I know my adrenaline's going, and I'm just watching these battles, you know.
The pressure just rising every moment that ticks by. Diaz
takes out. Wow.
The King Slayer Diaz takes the win here. Round 2 of Oversteer Grand Prix. Can you believe it? The contact is just what it had to boil down to. As hopefully we'll get our top 3 drift train coming. Man, oh man, can you believe it?
Wow. Diaz comes in and takes out the #1 driver right now.
What an absolute event we had today. Upsets, heartbreaks, man, carnage. We had it all. What an amazing track. Once again, shout out to ADL letting us use it. Beautiful track that they had made. As we'll get all of our drivers up here for a little bit of a train.
Let's get this train going.
Your top 3, Diaz, Anthony Taylor, and Lester, able to take 3rd from Advenus. What's Diaz doing here? There we go. There we go.
Here we go.
Here we go, boys.
Let's get the train going in this.
Oh god, the transitions are gonna be... I'm interested. Here we go, baby. Your top 3. Burn it down, boys.
Just send it.
What an absolutely, absolutely talented group of drivers. As we see Anthony Taylor use his... He is teleporting. This guy's cheating. Ban him.
Incredible, guys.
What an absolute show. Shout out to all the drivers. What an absolute blast. Once again, shout out to all of our partners who make this all possible. Couldn't do it without you guys. Let me get you guys.
Absolutely
We got
not.
Vos, shout out to Vosan, Kinetic Esports. They've done a lot for us. Shout out to Strep. No, we couldn't be here today. Love having them in the booth. Unfortunately, we couldn't have them. Go check out the Kinetic Esports tent if you're at the LZ World Tour. Pay them a visit. Take a picture, send it in our Discord. We'd love to hear from you. Shout out to ESDA, all these drivers competing for a chance to drive at the pinnacle of motorsports. ADL for the track. We wouldn't have been able to put on this show without them. Team Lock to Lock, Drake Drifts, Ogie Customs, everything that they do for us. And shout out to our newest partner, Grip Royale, who are putting on an absolute beautiful trophy for the winner of this season. Man, it's just heating up. Round 2, and we've had 2 beautiful beautiful shows. I'm so excited. Anything from you, Hoaxy?
Thanks for hanging in with us on this split week. It definitely was not planned. Appreciate everyone who did come out as well. Fantastic battles. And we'll see you at round 3 for Road Atlanta.
See you then, baby. 98.1 for Anthony Taylor. Hopping the scoreboards with a near perfect
like we
run.
said, there were very, very minimal things that could have been done by Anthony Taylor out in the lead there. Looks like he did catch that wall a little bit, but other than that.
The theme is